Potty training a puppy or adult dog. Cleanliness means that a dog should only relieve himself outside and should let his parent know that he needs to go outside. But even adult dogs can get messy under certain circumstances. In this article you will learn how to instill cleanliness in a puppy or an adult dog and what the reasons for uncleanliness can be. What do you have to pay attention to when potty training a puppy? Potty training a puppy takes a lot of time and can test your patience. The best way to potty train a puppy is to take him out regularly and wait for him to relieve himself. How often should you take your puppy out? It is especially during the first months that it is important to take your animal out as often as possible. It is the only way to teach your puppy cleanliness. This means that, in the first times, after a nap, a meal or a play session, you must take your puppy out and give him the opportunity to relieve himself. To do this, calmly take him in your arms and leave the house. Until the age of 3 months, this can be done every 1 or 2 hours. Older puppies should be allowed out every 3 or 4 hours. Also try to keep a watchful eye on your pup from time to time. It won't take long for you to develop a flair for spotting the signs that it's time to take your pet out. You can then immediately take it out, without however rushing. Once he's pooped, praise him. How do you know if your puppy needs to relieve himself? By nature, puppies don't like to defecate near where they live, so they tend to only do so some distance from their home. However, it can take weeks or even months for your puppy to potty train, even if everything is going well. You must therefore be patient. However, the following signs will let you know if your puppy needs to go outside. Your pet is restless. He sniffles heavily. He settles near the door. It spins around. Are there other things to consider? Potty training a puppy can also be difficult if he used to urinate only at a specific spot at the breeder's house. He must then learn to relieve himself in the grass or on forest paths. Also remember that puppies are discovering the world. They are interested in everything and are quickly distracted, especially in nature. Some puppies even forget to do their business. An accident can then quickly occur at home. At first, it is best to set up a fixed place where the puppy can relieve himself. Pass by this place before and after each walk so that your pet can relieve itself in peace. Toilet training a puppy. What to do during the night? Problems can arise if you don't take your puppy out at night. He will certainly look for a distant corner in your interior and will have no other choice but to relieve himself there. To avoid this, you can set your alarm clock to ring overnight and briefly take your pup out at the usual rate. Another possibility is to have your pet sleep next to your bed, in a basket. If the dog needs to relieve itself during the night, then it will let you know and you can take it out. To clean a puppy, it is therefore important to take it out regularly, even during the night. A puppy that is trained to be clean at all times of the day understands much more quickly that he must relieve himself exclusively outside. 3 tips for potty training your puppy. Are you following the directions mentioned so far, but still can't potty train your puppy? In this case, we offer you 3 other tips that may well come in handy in difficult cases. Use a dog toilet. The dog toilet can help you potty train your dog or puppy. Keep in mind, however, the following point. Your puppy will quickly get used to defecating in this toilet. But if he only learns to relieve himself there, then it will be difficult to get him used to the grass outside. Use special care products. If a small accident happens to your puppy despite everything, it is best to immediately clean the place concerned with a special care product. Otherwise, your dog will consider the place where he relieved himself as an acceptable solution. A special cleaning product is also necessary, because the scent of dogs allows them to perceive odors even when we humans have not smelled anything for a long time. Important. Never argue with your puppy. In the event of an accident, do not hold it against your animal and do not argue with it. A puppy has no more control over his bladder than a toddler in a diaper. Often, the puppy does not realize that he has to relieve himself until it is already too late. If you argue with him then, he won't be able to make the connection to the fact of having relieved himself, and in the worst case, you will break the relationship of trust that you have just established. Instead of learning the lesson, the puppy will now learn to do his business in hiding in a corner of your home. If your pet poops at your house repeatedly, you should stay outside with him until he finally does the right thing. Then congratulate him for a long time. Your patience will be rewarded. Once you have toilet trained your dog or puppy, you will be guaranteed that he will systematically relieve himself outside. Cleanliness in adult dogs. There are 2 forms of uncleanliness in dogs. On the one hand, there are puppies that have not yet been potty trained and, on the other hand, dogs that have learned it but suddenly become dirty again. In the latter, physical factors are often the cause of uncleanliness. A normally clean dog that gradually or suddenly relieves itself in your home may be showing symptoms of an illness. For example, a cystitis, an intestinal infection, but also digestive disorders